Recently, Jungkook, the owner of a well-known gym, confirmed something that many BTS fans already suspected: the special connection between Jungkook and Taehyung is real and remains stronger than ever. During a recent video, Jungkook mentioned that Taehyung and Jungkook were the first members of the group to start training together at his gym, before any other members. This statement caught our attention, as it's not the first time they've been known to have such a close relationship. For those who have closely followed Taehyung and Jungkook's relationship, this news doesn't come as a surprise. They have always been very close, both on and off stage. Although they tend to keep many aspects of their personal lives private, they occasionally share small moments that show how much they support each other. A good example was the live show in which Jungkook shared that he had been training with Taehyung for 2.5 months. After Taehyung and Jungkook started going to the gym together, Jungkook shared that Namjoon, Suga, and Jimin later joined in. This shows how Taehyung not only spends time together, but also inspires the rest of the group to stay active and take care of their health. Seeing them take the initiative and motivate each other is a sign of the positive impact they have when they're together. In a recent video, Jungkook even asked Taehyung if he was working out with him, as if it were already a regular occurrence. This kind of natural interaction between them reflects how well they understand each other and the trust that exists in their relationship. The fact that the gym owner himself observes this closeness daily makes it clear that their relationship continues to grow steadily and sincerely. Something many fans have noticed is that Taehyung and Jungkook prefer to share certain moments just between them, away from the cameras and without needing to show them to the whole world. That doesn't mean they're hiding anything, but rather that they enjoy their privacy and value quiet moments where they can be themselves. For example, not only do they train together at the gym, but they've also gone out to eat at a restaurant alone before inviting other members of the group over. Furthermore, it's known that they both listen to each other's solo songs before showing them to others, which speaks to a great deal of trust and personal connection. All these small details are important because they don't come easily. They're moments that only occur when there's a close, sincere, and special relationship. And although some have tried to deny or question that union, Taehyung and Jungkook continue to show that their bond is authentic. As time goes by, it's increasingly evident that their bond is not a passing thing. What they have has grown stronger and is an important part of their daily lives. They train together, share meals, listen to each other's music, support each other's projects, and maintain a close communication that has been constant for years. Taekook doesn't need to say many words to show how they feel or how they understand each other. Their actions speak for themselves, and every public appearance, every small gesture, or casual comment is another sign that their relationship is genuine and strong. It doesn't matter if they don't share everything on social media or if they're not always in front of the cameras. What truly matters is that they are there for each other, building a unique story with respect, affection, and love. The relationship between Jungkook and Taehyung is something that, over time, has become evident to many people who have followed them closely. They are not just two bandmates, but a couple who have built a special bond over the years. It is not something that is directly stated at every moment, but it can be clearly seen in their daily actions. They share a deep connection, marked by mutual support, constant closeness, and details that speak for themselves. In various videos and presentations, we have been able to observe how Jungkook demonstrates his affection and attention towards Taehyung. One of the clearest examples is seen in an episode where all the BTS members had to choose what to eat, meat or seafood. Taehyung, without thinking much, chose seafood. Jungkook, although known for his fondness for meat, decided to change his choice and accompany Taehyung. Despite preferring something else, he chose the same as him. It was not just a random decision, it was a small gesture that showed how much he cares about being with the person he loves. Meanwhile, the rest of the group chose meat and headed to another table. However, Jungkook didn't hesitate. He stayed with Taehyung, showing that for him, being close to the one he loves is more important than any meal. These kinds of actions, which may seem simple, have a special meaning when repeated consistently and naturally. Elsewhere, in his second video, this closeness can be seen again. Everyone was sitting down to eat, and at one point, Jungkook said he was already full. Jimin, seeing this, suggested changing seats so they would be more comfortable, but Jungkook refused. Although he had already said he didn't want to eat anymore, he decided to continue eating, just so he wouldn't have to leave Taehyung's side. He did so calmly, but made it clear that for him, Taehyung's company is what truly matters. These kinds of gestures have also been frequent at other times. For example, there is an occasion when Jungkook helps Taehyung cut the meat, and it wasn't a one-off, as fans have been seen doing similar things for him on more than one occasion, as if it were completely natural. In fact, in an episode of Run BTS, while everyone was preparing to eat after cooking, Jungkook stood up, there was a chair available, and without thinking, he dragged it right next to Taehyung to sit with him. These are simple actions, but when repeated so many times over time, they speak louder than words. Over the years BTS has shared their time with their fans. Fans have noticed these details and learned to read the silent language that exists between Jungkook and Taehyung. It's not just about being together out of habit, but about seeking each other out in every space, being there for each other, choosing each other even when there are other options available. It's a true display of affection. The most important thing about all this is that it doesn't take grand declarations to notice that there's something special between them. Every choice, every gesture, every shared glance speaks of a relationship that goes beyond ordinary friendship. It's a relationship built on respect and emotional closeness. Sometimes, love isn't just spoken, it's shown. And that's exactly what Jungkook and Taehyung do time and time again. They don't seek attention with their actions, but they don't hide them either. They are themselves, showing the world what a relationship based on the small details is all about. Thus, their bond grows stronger with every moment they share, on and off camera. Over time, they've made it clear that the most valuable thing for both of them is being able to be together. And that, without a doubt, is an authentic and sincere form of love. The connection between Taehyung and Jungkook doesn't depend on a single thing. It's not a look, a hug, or a smile in particular. What makes their bond special is the sum of many small actions that, when put together, reveal something very clear. Although to some people they may seem like casual or spontaneous moments, if you look more closely, you notice a kind of language between them. It's not something you see immediately, but those who follow them closely can recognize it without difficulty. What Taehyung and Jungkook experience is something that builds little by little, like a routine born from the affection and closeness they share. It's not simply friendship or just companionship. It's something deeper, something that has its own rhythm, as if they both know how to act even without speaking. Every time they're together, they repeat certain gestures, certain ways of approaching and communicating, which have become part of their daily lives. It's not something that seems planned, but it's not random either. If you review the many videos in which they appear together, you notice a pattern. It's as if their movements are synchronized. They walk at the same pace, glance at each other at key moments, and search for each other when they're surrounded by others. It seems that, no matter how many cameras there are, they always manage to create a small space that belongs only to the two of them. It's as if, for a moment, the outside world fades away and only they remain. They don't need big words to explain what they feel. Just observe how they act towards each other. Sometimes, Jungkook reaches out his hand to Taehyung without saying anything, and Taehyung responds with a gentle gesture. Other times, when one takes the initiative to move or speak, the other follows naturally, as if completely in sync. These gestures, although seemingly simple, speak volumes. They reflect trust, understanding, and above all, a closeness that goes beyond the ordinary. What they share isn't based on what is seen in public. The important thing is in the small details, how they care for each other, how they understand each other with just a glance, how they make each other feel safe. You don't need exaggerated displays to notice how strong their bond is. In fact, one of the most admirable aspects of their relationship is that they never seek attention. They don't do anything with the goal of others seeing or commenting on it. They are just themselves, being sincere and acting naturally. What I perceive between them is a calm form of love, without drama, but full of meaning. They don't have to say it with words because they demonstrate it with actions. And that kind of love, the one that needs no explanation, is usually the most genuine. Over time, they have learned to be there for each other in different situations, at work, on breaks, in moments of joy, and on difficult days. They always find a way to stay close, to support each other, to listen without judgment. In addition, they have developed a unique way of sharing time together. It's not just about being in the same place, it's about truly enjoying it. They like to joke, sing, spend quiet time, and also keep each other company in silence. Those moments, although seemingly simple, are very precious. They build memories together, create experiences that only they fully understand. There's no denying the deep trust between the two. That trust isn't earned overnight. It takes time, honesty, and above all, respect. And that's something Taehyung and Jungkook have proven to possess in abundance. In their relationship, each maintains their individuality, but they also find ways to unite, to work together. It's a balance rarely seen so clearly.